I'm going to read now from my fourth collection, which is an extended conversation between me and a friend I lost to suicide in 2022. We were very, very close growing up, especially during our teenage years, and we shared a lot of love for pop culture things like the Tarot and Tim Burton movies. And in the wake of my friend's death, I found myself revisiting a lot of those things from the point of view of a parent and a person approaching middle age, and found it very therapeutic in a sense, but also difficult to revisit those things and reassess them. And I found myself writing dialogues with this friend, and I personified her in a way that I know she would have loved as Lydia Dietz from Tim Burton's movie Beetlejuice. So she's addressed as Lydia in a number of these poems, which I'm going to read for you now. Lydia. Draw some cards for me wherever you are. I know we don't talk much these days, but I've been thinking about the time you set your college dorm on fire and came to live with us. Now I'm trying your tactics. I set a fire inside myself. It's cleared space and all my halls are black lacquered and echoing. The problem is I don't like the new tenants. Inside me is a great tall house, all clapboard and dead ivy. Why don't you and I play ghosts? Why don't you and I play girls no one can touch? Draw 3 cards for me. Tell me how it goes. Bog Virgin, after The Butcher Boy by Pat McCabe. Once I walked the road in a blue dress and a poet told me I looked like the Virgin Mary. So that was me then, Stella Marie, sitting with him in the seafood restaurant, eating chowder, clams and mussels sluicing down my throat. The poet told me I should write for my cunt because Paddy Kavanagh never did, and look what happened to him. Then he took me back to the bog, told me to ignore the little men crawling in apocalyptic clay. Keep your eye trained on the mystic beyond, he said, forcing me onto my knees. And if they hurt you, write your curses onto them, he said, till they shrivel like salted slugs. So there I was, kneeling in ditch water, writing hexes and levitating as required, but only when the sun came out, which wasn't often. Today I'm really here to say the bad world is out there, Lydia, pushing in around us and packing up our lungs. You'd better rub their slurry on your face till you blend in, because right now I can see the devil in you a mile off, can see it pulling up from within, some great bog leviathan, trailing priests and poets who want to drown us both in its wet centre. I'm Lydia Dietz, and all my friends are dead. Thanks for welcoming me to this circle. I didn't think it would end like this, even though I asked for it by wearing black, by wearing a veil, demon thirst trap, by hanging around this older man. I swear he had charisma. Okay, he saw me like no one else ever saw me, even if that means he saw himself in every mirror I looked into. Someone has to mind the strays. Girls are so afraid of maggots, grave worms, black eyes. What's in it for me? Well, I'm still here and I'm getting better. A lady in the Chelsea market read my aura, told me to trust my instinct, not my brain. How do I know which is talking? I asked. The instinct doesn't negotiate, she said. The mind and all its problems are all this red tulle, she pointed to my wedding dress. The indigo light at your throat is the truth, she said, running her fingers along my rope burn. There are a couple of poems in the collection called Movie Night with Lydia, where I sit with my friend and we revisit a lot of the movies that we watched growing up. And one of them is called Becoming Catwoman, and it references Michelle Pfeiffer's Catwoman in Tim Burton's 1992 film, Batman Returns. becoming Catwoman. My mother was a secretary like Selina Kyle before Christopher Walken pushed her out a window. Selina, not my mother. My 7-year-old self watched her body slam through awnings, not my mother's body, but Selina's, splatting onto Tim Burton's snowy alleyway. Then the cats come, envelop her like the fur coat that hung in the wardrobe at home, the one she always said was suspiciously tabby-striped. My mother, not Selina, and they lick and lick her, and somehow this reknits her shattered spine. Her arms and legs swivel into place, but her glasses, her owl-eye glasses, my mother's and Selina's, are smashed, and this is the worst, just the worst day, pushed out the window by a man with a speech tic no one mentions because bosses can talk like bosses and push women out of skyscrapers, and it's like, oh, bad day at the office. And up she gets and makes her way home to her little girl apartment so we can see she's just been playing at being a woman. She's built herself a toy shop to get lost in. Selina, not my mother. And she freaks out, splattering the walls with black paint, smashing toys. And as a little girl, me, not my mother, not Selina, this is just devastating because it feels like we aren't allowed to have anything soft, no knitted kittens or Kit Kat clocks, because it makes us weak. And the only way to stop men with Struel Peter hair from pushing us out of skyscrapers, me, my mother, Selina, is by killing everything dear to us so that no one else can.